Hey Casper Warriors, today we're going to be looking at some fresh ideas in the Caro-Kann variation of the Caro-Kann defense. And without wasting much of your time, let's dive in. If you want to go through my study PGNs, such as the one I'm using in this study, you can visit my Patreon page. The link is in the comment section down below. And hey, don't just watch, that's not encouraging at all. You can simply share this video, hit the like button, and subscribe. Okay, so here we go. I'm playing against a 1704 rated opponent. This is rapid chess, by the way, and this is the Caro-Kann defense. I want to show you the quickest way to beat the Caro-Kann. So you go pawn to d4. d5 is the most common move that you're going to see even at advanced level. So here I recommend you play knight c3 in preparation of knight takes e4. Most black players love taking. Yep. So now I can safely take back, waiting for knight f6. After pawn takes, this will become the Caro-Kann variation. Some strong players love taking with the g-pawn, but that will be the lesson for another day. So what you're supposed to do here is to develop your king's knight. This is move number 6, so I can safely say that I'm still in the opening phase. Every game has 3 stages. In short, the game of chess occurs in 3 phases. I don't know if I put that right. So there's an opening stage, the middle game stage, and the end game stage. The opening stage is usually the first 10 opening moves. So those first opening moves, the first 10 opening moves must be developing moves, and you have to be developing all your pieces towards the center of the board, beginning with the knights first in most cases, followed by the bishops. So you can see I started with the knights, and now I'm ready to develop the bishops, maybe like that. This is how you know that your opening is good. You have to follow all the opening principles. Castle short. At this point, if I want to play this in a decent manner, I would develop my dark squad bishop, then put my queen on d2 and castle long to finish my development. How do you know that your development is complete or your opening phase is done? When your minor pieces are well developed towards the center of the board and your rooks begin to see each other. So at the moment, we are still in the opening stage. This is only move number 7, as you can see. I want to do something very tricky here. Remember, this video is all about how to beat the Caro-Kann defense very fast. So I'll play pawn to h4 in this position. So now I'm going into tricks. This is how I win most of my games, confusing my enemies. With pawn to h4, I'm just inviting the move bishop g4 and rook, because I'm ready to put my king on f1. Still inviting the move bishop g4, because I want to sacrifice my bishop on h7. Okay, so looks like my opponent is following theory here. So to be honest, when black plays knight d7 in this position, you don't have to sacrifice your bishop. That doesn't work in the long run, because the idea of sacrificing my light squad bishop on h7 is to play knight g5 check next, and after king back I then go queen h5 check. But there is knight f8 that is going to come, and maybe black will find a way to play bishop f5. So my knight g5 queen h5 idea won't work due to this knight. That's why I cannot sacrifice, although that looks appetizing. You know what? Because I'm playing somebody who is lower rated than moi, I'm going to sacrifice my bishop. But don't try this at home. I just want to do this for your entertainment, you guys. King takes, knight sack, pawn takes, queen check, bishop out, rook e1. So this is what I'm thinking about. You see, knight check. So now chess has started playing itself. This is just a knight sacrifice. But the best that black can do here is to go back. I mean, I won't have any meaningful continuation if they do that. Black doesn't have to take. They don't have to do this. Don't do this, please. Don't do what I'm thinking. Just play king back to g8 if you want to punish me. Yes, very good. I hope my opponent is on their own. I'm just saying. Okay, but I can still go queen h5. You know, if I want, I can make a quick draw. The game is in my hands, like queen h5, pap, pap. Oh, okay, now this is very bad. So, I mean, this is what I meant. I have checkmate on h8. Even if they play knight f8, I'll just checkmate them. Like I said before, my opponent didn't have to take on g5, because that just helped me to pave the way for my king's rook. This is one major problem with most average players. Not to insult my opponent, but most average players love eating. You know what I mean? Don't just take. This is not Pac-Man doo-doo where you should just be chopping and chewing your opponent's pieces. Chess is not a game, you guys. It's war. You need to pressurize your opponents as much as you can to make them resign. Anyway, you know, I'm recording this stream while taking brothers pink tonic water. This is pink tonic water, crafted with natural flavors, not a paid advert. So here I can just advance my g pawn to g6, still have checkmate. At best, black should play king f8, then allow me to go in with my queen, then take, and I'm going to checkmate my opponent in no time. So don't be in a rush to capture your opponent's pieces. Don't take. So this is not going to be checkmate, but I have something like this. So this is how most strong players reason in chess. You see, my opponent only has one valid move, which is that, and I'm going to give them a check, and just a matter of time I'm going to mate them. And what can I do here? Is there any fancy way to kill my opponent? Let me see if there's a fancy way to kill my opponent. I wanted to do, oh yeah, actually there's a fancy way, you guys. I want you to see this. Look. So what I'm going to do, instead of giving them a check, I'm going to play this quiet move, papa. So what I want to do is to simply checkmate them with my rook, but I have that. I guess my opponent is going to play rook h8, but I have pawn to g4 checkmate. So this is how you play the game of chess, you guys, convincingly. If you play like this, some people won't like you, and they might report you for suspected cheating or something like that. Look at this. Crazy stuff, you guys. Crazy stuff. Amazing stuff. Amazing checkmate. My opponent got checkmated with a pawn. Why? And how? Okay, so let's try a 5-minute blitz match. Up we are going to have the Caro-Kann defense again. And hey, wanna take your chess seriously? Simply head over to the comment section down below and find a special link to my courses that you should click. You will be redirected to my Patreon page where you can access all my wonderful courses. By the way, that's how you support this channel. Right, so which opening am I going to play? Again, there we see pawn to c6, the Caro-Kann defense. Let me finish off this guy very quickly. So my idea is just to play knight c3, kind of the classical variation if I'm not mistaken. If pawn takes, I take back with a knight. I love this. This is what I do. And then play knight f3. They always play bishop d6 here. Yep. And then bishop d3. After castle shot, pawn to h4. If bishop g4, I'll just put my king on f1. Oh, wait a second, not king on f1. I'll just sacrifice on h7. I meant to say if rook e8 check is played, yep, I just put my king on f1. If bishop g4, I just sacrifice my bishop on h7 and pap. This is what most of my opponents do, and I know this line by heart. You see? I just predicted all of my opponent's moves and they happened just like that. Bishop takes h7 check is just a sacrifice. If black doesn't take, I'll just retreat my bishop back to this square, the d3 square. I find the Caro-Kann defense to be easy for me for some reason. Although I have a Caro-Kann defense course I should mention. So you can check it out on my Patreon page or at www.KaspaChess.com. Your support will be highly appreciated. Okay, now time to be serious. Time to be serious. So you see what I was talking about? My opponent has declined my offer. They didn't want to take the bishop, so here I can just retreat my bishop back. That was a Greek gift sacrifice, by the way. Whatever you are thinking of was going to happen for real. So my opponent has just resigned because they are just down a pawn and there's nothing that they can do. By the way, for those of you who didn't watch my tutorial video that involved this trick, let me just show you what was going to happen if my opponent took the bishop. So it was in this position where I sacrificed my bishop. If my opponent took, I was just simply going to give a check with my knight, and after pawn takes, I was going to take back with my h pawn. This is check. So after king g8, I was going to take the bishop, and what most people play here is queen e7. With queen e7, they pose a checkmate threat, which can happen if I play queen h5, queen h4, or queen h3 in an effort to checkmate my opponent. So here, as white, you need to be very careful. The move is bishop d2 to consider, just paving the way for your rook and also guarding the e1 square twice. Not to mention that black can't play queen e2 check due to your queen. So after this, most of my opponents get confused. They end up making moves like queen e6, and then this is where I play queen h5. You don't want to play queen h4 or queen h3 because there will be this check. You will lose a tempo, so just play queen h5, still maintaining or keeping an eye on e2. They play king f8. By the way, with queen e6, white intends to give a check here. So if you just play rook e1 carelessly, they will give you a check and probably win your rook like that. So you have to play moves like pawn to b3, preventing that queen c4 check. If queen g6, for example, now you give a check, knowing that on the next move you're going to win a rook like that. So this is how most of my games go, by the way, and now you know. And hey, if you really care about this channel and want to see us grow, simply head over to the homepage and click the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon for all my content. That way you won't miss any of my future uploads. Lastly, to get this free study PGN that I'm using in this video, simply scroll all the way down to the comment section and click the first link that you see, which will redirect you to a page that will ask you to subscribe before getting this PGN for free. And that will look like something like this. Right.